Hi everyone. Today is the part two of introduction to CSS. So today we'll be discussing about background colors, background image, um, button, over effect of button, and we try to style table today. So let's go back to our file. So this is it. So let's remove this for a moment. Just right click, open with code. So apparently we're in week two. Okay, so we can just wait for VS Code to load. So I want to open this in live server. So it should show down, but then it hasn't loaded. So wait for it to load. So let's remove this. Let me kill this. Just delete this. Alright. So let's go live. Yeah, so it has loaded. So this was what we had before. So now I want to change the color. This I want to change the body color to the whole of this body. I want to change the color to something like yellow. So just write body here. So body. So it hasn't given me, but I want to change it to yellow. So I can just make it yellow. So let's check. So this is how to change body color, the background color as it said. But now I want to put background image. So let me look for image in on pixels. Just look for one image in pixels.com. Let's say code. So I'm going to download this one. So I'm going to put it in my folder, desktop, web dev begin, week 2. I'm working in week 2. Then just name it as BG, background image img, and hit the save button. So let's remove that, come back. So you can see our image is there. This is it. So I want to make this the whole body to be that image. Use the background image property. Then what's the value? I'm taking, I'm using the URL, and what is it named? PG image. But then you can use control space to know what file is there. And PG image, that's what we saved it as. Then hit enter. Let's check it. Oh, the reason why it would not work. Okay, yeah, it has worked actually. So I was thinking the background. So then it has changed. But you can see that it's too wide. So there's a way you can do that to make it like contain. So the way we will do that is using background size. So if we make it contain, let's see what it will do. So let's check the page again. So you can see that it brought it across, it repeated. So there's a way you can make it not to repeat. So by doing that, we use background repeat to no repeat. Then when we check it, it just need to appear only once. See, with our background color as yellow, this is the background image. So we set it as no repeat. So it's just going to appear like that with with its size. So this is the original size of the image, and we set it to like contain. That means we maintain the original size. I've set to no repeat. So you put it to no repeat, it will cross across every of the page. So that is set background image. So let's look at the cover side of size. So we change it and put it to cover, save it. See. So you put it to the center. What I mean by that is that if you look at the image itself, so let me open the image. So you cover the whole center, this whole center. What I mean by that is, so there's position in background position. You can make it center. It will not have any effect like that. So you can see that though it raised its thing up, but then it's still at the center. It's like it's using the center image. So there's a way we can change. We can change it to be at the right, to be at the left, to be at the top right, top left. So let's check how it would be when we put it at the right. So let's check it. Let me hit the refresh button. It still didn't make any. Okay, that's because we are using the center, the cover. We're using the cover. Let's leave it as contain and let's check it out. So you can see that it moved to the right. So if you put it at center here, it should go to the center of the page, as you can see here. So there are different ways to do this thing, but mostly the background color is always white. So it's only some cases that they put images, maybe they put a text beside it, and they put. It's most times they don't use the whole body. They don't put image in the whole body, but this is how you would put an image if you want to actually put an image in a particular element, maybe in a div element or anywhere. This is how you would do this. So let me just leave it as cover for now, and let me remove this position for the moment and make it cover the whole screen. Exactly. So cover is just like covering the whole screen, does not respect the height or width, it just covers everything. Covers everything. So let's continue. So there's a shorthand method to this. So the shorthand method to this is to write background. Oh, there's something I want to also teach you, which is background attachment. So for example, if you put background attachment to fixed, the image won't leave. So we can't see it like this. So there's no difference. So then put it as contain so we can see it better. So we can't really see anything if it's fixed or not. But then I'm going to show you something. So let's say I have this H1 to be many and check it again. So you can see that this image did not leave, but then we can scroll. See, we can scroll so many H1s, but then this image still stays there. So let's imagine we put the attachment to the scroll. Put the attachment to the scroll. So the image will scroll with the whole page. So let's check it. See, you just scroll with the whole page, but if it's fixed, you'll not be able to like scroll. You'll still be seeing the H1s there and the image there. So that's the difference between this fixed and the scroll side of things. So we can remove this. So that, but then let me show you the shorthand method. So we can just put only background. The next thing is to what color do you want to give it to? So you can say you want to give it to yellow. Then start with the second one will be URL. I'm using this. Oh, then the next one would be the repeat. So I set it to no repeat. The next one will be the position. But the position both vertically and horizontally. Maybe center, center. So we can all remove this. But we'll leave the attachment there because attachment is not part of it. You can remove this first four and check it. That it should still be the same thing. Exactly. But this is fixed. Oh, is it scroll? Let me check. Let me remove the center one and check it out. Okay. That's it's on scroll. That's why it's scrolling past it. But then let me move it as fixed. Alright. It's fine. It's better like this. Let me just remove all the H1s. You don't really need it. Start to do background images. But then you can still like go further into W3 schools and check how they've also done it. For example, I can even come now and say, okay, let me remove the body. Let's say we don't want to give the body. Let me just comment this out. So now they call divs. So these are just like containers. They're just empty. So I can say I want this div should have, let me give it a class of container. So I'm going to go here, container. So I want it to have a width of 50%, width of 50%, and height of 50% also. But then I want it to have the background image. I cannot say, okay, background image should be, then the URL should be that one. So let's look at how it would play out. It's a refresh button. Oh, we can't see it because I'm thinking because we didn't put what's the name? We didn't put, but then it should still work. So let's just try and check what the error is. So maybe I didn't get the spelling correctly. Okay, so let me put background size to be cover and let's check it. Let me refresh. Let me inspect and check if it's there. Okay, this is it. So I'm guessing that it's not having a width. It's not having a width. So this is how you solve something. So you can see that it's not okay. It's having a width, but it's not having an height. So the width is 760 as you've seen up the div.container 760, but it's having an height of 0. And why is that? That's because the main body doesn't have a width or height. So we can solve that. So we can just, instead of using percentage, we can just use pixels. So we can just do 250 pixels, 250 pixels. So I don't want to get to the complicated part so that you won't look lost. Let's check it out now. Let's refresh. So you can see that just that div is 250 pixel. Is the width is 250 pixel, the height is 250 pixel, and I made it the cover. It should cover the whole size. So irrespective of the height of the image, it covers this whole box. So if I use contain, so let's check it out. See, it is even having a repeat in the in the in the at the bottom, but then I cannot set it to no repeat. I check it again, but then there will be space. You will notice a space. So let's we can't see the space, but then let me put a color, a background color of blue. Now you will see the space I'm talking about. So let's see if it will the refresh button. So this is it. So if it's when you use contain, it's containing the whole size of the actual image. So it does not respect the width or the height of the container itself. So what people just do is you make it cover instead of contain. So it depends depending on what you want to do. Sometimes you use contain, like it's a small object, you use contain. It's depending. So let this cover, and that would fix it. So cover would cover the whole div element. So you can have several things. So if I should go to this place, so let me just explain how this work. So the whole place, everything in a page is just divs upon divs upon divs. See this whole navbar from here to here is a div. From this logo could be a div, the one that has logo and the paragraph. This inputs could also be a div, and this whole thing, this whole section that has this button, widget, notification, current streak, profile settings, and this, everything they div. This whole place here at the left is a div. Everything here is a div. So this is just like divisor or division. So it just helps dividing the page. It's like the structure itself. So on Saturday I'll be coding live. So I'll before the end of maybe tomorrow, I would share a project I'm going to work on Saturday. So I'll code it live. You can also follow along with me, but then I'll record the whole section then, so you can play it again and anyway anytime you want. But then just know that everything in the website is mostly about divs and divs and divs and divs. So this card now, there's something that's housing these three cards, one, two, three. It's called a div. Each card itself is a div that has these pictures, the text, these buttons, and this image with this stuff. So you can see inside this card there are one, two, three, four, five, six divs. So they're like structure, and that's how you will do that. But this is not in this class. So in next week I'll talk about flexbox. That is the main point. So flexbox is flex and grid. That's what I'm talking about. As this is very popular in website, that's how flex is also popular. You see how these things are aligned, the logo, the input, and everything here. That's because of flex. This thing is in straight line because of flex. This one is in colon because of flex. And this thing is 3. It could be because of flex or grid. You can say the grid should be 3. So like grid. if you know what grade is. So by next week we'll do that. So prepare your mind. We'll do flex and grid next week. So let's just continue. So what I'm talking about is over. For example, when I over on this explore, it's showing a gray background. Can you see that? It's showing a gray background. Showing a gray background. So let's just open. Let's just talk about over buttons. Let's create a button. This button we'll call it btn. So we go to style.css. Call the since we call the class name btn. Let me just follow this. So it has a background color of red, color of white, padding of this, margin of. So we talked about padding last class. So if you haven't checked it, please check it out. So this is on the x-axis, this is on the y-axis. This margin 8 axis on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. So it does not have any border. We talk about border. And cursor, you can see this cursor that I'm shaking. This is edit version of cursor. You see what I'm saying? When it's pointer, it has this and the width 100%. That will be very very big. Let's check it. Can you see? See this how this cursor changes from mouse to hand. That is pointer. That is the pointer, and the width is 100%. 100% width. But then now let us do over. So something called pseudo classes. So pseudo classes are things that enables us to do some things, some functionalities. For example, when you over on something, what should happen? So that over is a pseudo class. Or when you focus on something, that focus is a pseudo class. Or when you have visited a button, let's say you click on a button and it takes you to another page. So what should happen to that button? That is like the visited state. But we're not talking about all of that. We're talking about over. And how do we do it? We write the name of the class first, ptn.ptn, then colon. So you can see all these suggestions that I'm giving you. So what we're interested in is over. Then what should happen when it overs? You can see that the background color should be green. So let's save it and go over. So let's see what happens when we over. Can you see that it changes from red to green? So that's how you do the over. So you can also do that on text. So that's depending. You can do that on text that okay, when you over on this text, it should change to green also. It's just as easy as that. Where's it this one? So you cannot say dot heading red over. So you can change the color to green. So let's check it out. Refresh. Let's see. Can you see that? Change from red to green. So that's how it would work. So that's all about that on over. So let me just put over here. So the last thing we are going to discuss here is table. Remember how to do this comment. These are comments. They don't allow. They don't pass. Like you can't see it on the code. So let's talk about comments. No table. Sorry. So the comment here is table. I'm putting that so that I could understand. Or I could show you that okay, this is what I'm talking about here. So it can also help you to like help other developers when they see your code to know that this is what you did here. So let's create a table. Remember the first class we talked about how to create a table. So the first row will be the heading. So let me just follow this guideline. I want to just create this table. The first row will have these headers of first name, last name, and age. The second one would be the details. Jill, person first name is Jill, person last name is Smith, and the age is 50. Just like that. So the first name Eve, last name Jackson, age 94. So let's check it. So we can see that, but then we can't see any sign of, we can't see any sign that this is a table. So let's just style it and see how it will look like. So the first thing to do is to give it borders. As you've seen, it not within, it doesn't have border. So you can just get on the table and let's give it border. Remember the first class how we can name border 1px solid and the color black. So let's check it. So you can see that it has a border around it. But then what about the content inside, the tr and the td and the th? Other ones like that, tr, th, and td. So for us, since we are giving the same border to everything, so there's a way we can pick more than one element at a time by using comma. So this comma tr, comma th, and comma td. So let's check it. Let's hit the refresh button. Can we see? So that's how you do it. But then how to make the table 100%? So let me just put table, the width of 100%. Yeah, so that's it. First name, last name, age. But then you can notice that it's having too many, too many, too many borders around it. See two inside one, it's too much. So you can do border collapse to collapse. So let's look at it. So you put border collapse to collapse, and that should collapse it. But then it should work on everything. But let us see how it would work here. Yeah, so this is it. So once you put border collapse, it will eliminate all those things. So let's put extra names to it. There's something I want to talk about. Let's put extra role. If the way I want to copy this entire row now. I just hit shift alt down. It can clear the entire thing. So let's check it. Yeah, so we have extra extra stuff now. So by default, table headers are always in the center. Always in the center. So you can also put this to the center also as well. So you can just do, you want it to be in the center, you do text center. Text align to the center. So let's check it. Refresh. See, everything is in the center. That's not what we want to actually do. So we want to do over. So when you over a role, first of all, let us change this whole role. Let us change this whole role to like green. But then this is header. This all these ones are TD. So let's change this whole role to like green. So let's talk about TH background color like green. So let's save it and let's check it out. I'm not supposed to be refreshing every time. What's happening? So you can see that it's having green. So all the other ones, I want to have Hmm, what can I make it have? Okay, so I can make TDs have red. Let me make it have red. Refresh. Ah, too much, too much, too much. It's too much. Let's make it gray. Something like gray. Hmm. Ah, better. It looks better. It's actually better. But then there's something I want to also talk about. Let's say I want to make all odd numbers. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to make all odd numbers to be black, while the even numbers to be gray. There's a way we can do that. So instead of TD like this, I just go like colon, the nth child. What nth child I'm talking about? Odd number. Odd. Then change the background color to be black. That's it. Ah, that is too black. I need another color. I need another color. So let's check. Maybe light green could work. So all the odd numbers have. Oh, but then what just happened here? Oh, oh, I think. Oh, I get what the issue is now. It's not supposed to be TD. Look, look. It's not supposed to be TD. It's supposed to be TR. But then let me show you what happened. Let me show you what happened. So it calculated like this. It calculated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's doing you calculate like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's picking all the odd numbers 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3. But then we want to pick the whole row as light green, while the even numbers, the even row as ordinary green. Instead of TD, we use TR. So it's actually good that we are seeing some things so that you would know how to also like figure out things yourself. Just programming is just about figuring it out. So let's refresh. So you can see that the odd numbers are the one having the light green. So it started with this first one, but this one is having green already, so it does not bother. 2, 3. This one is odd. It makes it light green. 4, 5. It makes it light green. So let's make the even numbers. Maybe light blue should work. Light blue. So let's check light blue. So you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the even numbers are having blue, light blue, while the odd numbers are having light green. Yes. So we've come to the end of today's class. I'm pretty sure you learned something. So I'm thinking about the project we're going to make this Saturday as you watch me code. So I'm thinking of making a table, a Premier League table for those people that are guys. I'm going to make a Premier League table, maybe like this. Maybe something like this, a Premier League table. But then this Premier League table has some things that I've not taught you. So and I'm going to teach in the next class. That is flex. You can see how this thing is aligned. It's not like flex. But then I'll look for something, a project, and show it to you tomorrow, today or tomorrow, so that we can code it on Saturday. With that being said, oh, before that, I'm always forgetting. So let's just push our code to GitHub. And you guys are following these GitHub processes. Maybe we are using Git, so you can always change it from here, from this drop down here. Git bash. If your own is PowerShell, you cannot change to Git bash since we downloaded Git from the beginning. Just go to the part one of HTML so we can know all the things that are downloaded and how to make it to Git and GitHub. So let's push this our new code to GitHub. We do git add space dot. That means it add all our changes. Then git commit dash m. Dash m means the message. Then put in a string. What is it? We talked about. Let us put big two introduction introduction to CSS part 2. Close the string, enter. It says that we changed 3 files and we inserted 119 code. So let's just push, git push. Okay, that is done. Let's check it as push. So you can just go to GitHub, go to the repository. So you just updated now. This is the latest commit message, introduction to CSS part 2. If you open it, you see all the files that we did. So the changes we made. We brought in style.css. So this is how GitHub is. So if I want to show you, I want to send this code to another developer, I'll copy this and send it. Copy the link and send it. So with that being said, this is the end of today's class. Bye for now.